Welcome back. We're talking with Stephenie Sullivan. She's a deputy chief of the Portland Fire Bureau. She's in the Bureau's medical and training division, which includes Portland Street Response. And we're talking about the future of Portland Street Response right now. Recently, the city auditor's office released a report on Portland Street Response. It essentially found that not enough has been done at the administrative level to ensure the success of programs like PSR and the chat team. Our reporter Joelle Jones has been following this very closely, and she talked with someone from the auditor's office about this. Take a listen to this.
These are things that are maybe outside of the normal fire and rescue sort of purview. So they're new, they're maybe pretty cutting edge. So they're going to take a lot more thought and intention.
Do you agree with that?
I do, yeah. I mean, this is, they do take some more thought and attention. We have been in the fire service 150 years. So we know how to fight fires, we know how to do all these other things. These are unique programs. They're unique and they are rapidly evolving and changing, and we've made a lot of changes. I have read the auditor's report. I thought there's some really interesting takeaways out of that piece, out of the auditor's report.
Is this something that should be under the purview of the Portland Fire Bureau? Would Portland Street Response be better served being managed by another bureau or be its own entity?
You know, that is a really good question, and people ask me that all the time. I can just tell you this. When I took over as the acting deputy chief of community health in July of last year, and I was given this program, I decided I wanted to make it the best program it could possibly be with Portland Fire. So as long as it's with Portland Fire, I'm going to continue to do my best to be a really good steward of the program.
There has been quite a bit of reorganization, especially over the summer. The community health division was changed, disbanded, programs moved into training and operations where you are. Why the reorganization?
For a couple of reasons, and it even talks about it in the auditor's report about some siloing and some friction between fire and the community health. So by moving it into the medical services and training division, there's a lot of overlap with EMS and with community health. So we can really connect closer. So we're removing some silos. The other thing is, you know, the other part of the reorganization was the Community Connect. Community Connect didn't go away. We just reorganized it. All those same members are still with community health, but now our aftercare teams that are with chat and our aftercare teams and follow-up teams that are with Portland Street Response, they have merged together and communicate in a much more collaborative way than we had them siloed over in this other, like literally away in a different building with Community Connect. Now they're much more organized and together, and they communicate on a daily, they have daily huddles where they talk about clients and who's going to go where and how can we help facilitate this. We have these nurses who do intensive case management with them, that for both PSR and for chat.
Okay. The overdose response team, that's brand new.
Yeah.
That's just recently been announced. So give me the rationale behind that. What will that team do and how will that be staffed?
Sure. That team just started this week. That team is Chat 1, so they're going to be located at Station 1. And they are still going to go on their regular chat calls, their regular low acuity medical calls, but they'll also be dispatched on all of our Protocol 23 overdose call type calls in Station 1's FMA right in that downtown corridor. We chose that area because of all the overdose calls that Portland Fire and Rescue gets, 30% of them are downtown. So we have a unique skill set with a chat team where, like I said, we have the ability to stay on scene, dive a little bit deeper into the problem and help connect people to services. Chat has that ability. They've got that paramedic who can do the EMS side, and they've got this trauma-informed care. We can do these connection to services. So that's why we have them going right in the heart of the opioid crisis, right downtown.
Yeah, and again, just want to remind our viewers, CHAT stands for Community Health and Treat, right?
Yep, assess and treat, community health assess and treat.
Okay. When you go out on a call, when the overdose team goes out on a call, what type of equipment do they have with them? I assume they have the Narcan, of course.
They have Narcan, they have the ALS equipment, so if the individual goes into arrest, a cardiac arrest, they can actually start CPR, start some cardiac drugs, while calling for additional ALS resources. So if this call is a higher acuity call, they'll call for an ambulance and they'll call for fire so they can have more help. But they have the regular, just a smaller medical gear, so they can assist them with breathing, ventilating for them, and they give them some cardiac or some medication as well. And then Narcan, our PSR teams have Narcan, our CHAT teams have Narcan. They have leave behind Narcan so that they can give it to other people around the overdose, because usually when there's one overdose, there's more that happen and follow.
Okay. We mentioned this earlier. Portland Street Response is very popular with the public. In fact, last summer, about 10,000 people from a group called Friends of Portland Street Response, they signed a petition to the mayor asking the city to save and adequately fund the program. How does that make you feel that there is that much community support, even with the political wind swirling around the program?
Yeah, you know, it's great. I love that community support. I think it shows how invested the community is in our program and with some of these people who really need our help. What I am planning on doing at the end of February, we are starting a recruitment for a community advisory board. So I want to take that momentum about what the community wants to see out of this program and help build what our future is going to be.
Now, with Portland Street Response, obviously these are some highly skilled individuals. Where do you get the staff from? And how do you train them to do this work?
So we have just had a recruitment, and folks came from all over. We had some folks from out of town, from Idaho. We have folks from California. They come to work for Portland Street Response. They come with an incredible experience and knowledge base. So we take that, and then we have built, this is part of our stability of the program that we've been working on. Our training coordinator created a really robust FTEP program, which is a field training program, to teach people what the skills they have, how do they use those in the field, and make sure that we're all working in the same way, as well as create a really robust training manual that's got all of our policies and our procedures and just other information that they'll need to know.
Deputy Chief Stephenie Sullivan, thank you for being here on Eye on Northwest Politics and giving us more insight into Portland Street Response.
Thank you very much for having me.